Okay, I'm gonna be filming a YouTube video in a few hours for you, but I wanted to quickly show you how I pluck my eyebrow. I've had a few questions about it before. I usually like to do it after I wash my hair because it takes me ages to wash my hair. I'm in the shower for ages. I don't know, I feel like my eyebrows pluck better when I've been in the heat for a long time. I think the skin is softer or something. That I wash my hair about once a week, so I pluck my eyebrows about once a week. This is what they look like right now. They're pretty grown out, and I do pluck them. I don't razor them because I just don't like how it looks when you razor them because they grow back too quickly. And I'm very much committed to this brow, and I have been for years, so you can probably see all of that underneath there. It's also a bit thicker at the front, which as of late I've been removing. I like it to be a bit more thin at the front, so I'm just going to remove all of this. It's kind of losing its shape at the tail. And then same here. Let's do it. Start with the biggest ones and just get them out of the way. And get all these ones down here. And I'm going into, oh my god. They come out so easily when my skin is like soft and hot, but it still hurts. I always like tilt my head down. I have a big light in front of me, but I tilt my head down, and then the light helps me see better what I've missed, which is like usually those wee white hairs, you know? Okay, now I'm gonna take a spoolie and some scissors. I'm gonna brush them up and trim. This makes such a huge difference. Like when I started doing this, I was raging at myself for not having started it sooner. It just makes such a difference. It just looks so much better. Now I'm gonna go back to my tweezer and be very meticulous. I can get the rest. I also find doing this in between, like every so often, every few plucks, kind of resets the tweezer and makes it easier to go back on like a plucking roll. Okay, so that's it. That is one eyebrow done. That is not done. Just makes such a difference. Okay, I'm gonna go do the other one, and then I'll see you for the main event. This is the before, very stunning, beautiful and gorgeous, and this is after. This is one of my favorite ways to do my makeup. A classic smoky eye with a tint of color and some gems. I'm starting with my favorite primer at the minute, which is the Urban Decay eyeshadow stick in the shade Blurred Out. It is the perfect primer for me, and it's such a nice base for eyeshadows. Everything goes on so much more smoothly. Also, your eyeshadows will perform better with a good base like this, and they won't crease. I'm going into the Morphe 35 White AURASCAPE palette and using this grey all over the lid. I love Morphe eyeshadows, they're so creamy. And then I'm using this cool toned purpley colour to create some definition in my crease. All over I'm going for a pretty cool tone colour palette, which I tend to go towards because I feel like it suits me better. Look how black this eyeliner is. This is why she's my eyeliner of the year. You'll notice my eyes are closed. I love to do this when I want a really strong definition. By doing this you will get loads of definition on the upper and the lower lash line. I'm using a really similar colour to the crease colour, but it's darker for more definition to kind of blend out the black eyeliner a bit. I didn't have the clip, but I put the eyeliner on top of my upper lash line and just kind of put it about 3/4 of the way in, and then now I'm smoking it out, and I'm also smoking out the lower lash line as well. I wanted to have some fun. This was actually New Year's Eve, so I added a bit of a baby blue on top as I'll kind of wash all over the eye. You'll notice I'm doing it on top of the eyeliner as well. It's a really nice way to kind of tint your eyes. I'm using this Flower Nose eyeshadow palette, this sparkly shade from it. I love this palette, and I'm taking this silvery glittery glittery sparkle all over the lid with my finger, because your finger is the best way to apply sparkles and shimmers. I don't know what it is, but it just kind of really evenly distributes the shimmer and you kind of get the most full coverage from it. Whereas when you use a brush, it kind of just barely goes on and sort of goes everywhere else. In some weird turn of events, I'm not going to wear an eyelash, so I wanted to spend a long time curling my eyelashes and make sure they're perfectly plump for the mascara, because I'm going to do loads of mascara. There is something about an eye like this, a smoky eye like this with no lash and just loads of mascara, that just makes me so satisfied. Then of course I'm using my favorite mascara ever. This is the Pat McGrath Dark Star mascara, and I'm just building up loads and loads of layers on it. I kind of swap between eyes back and forth, and in between each application it'll dry a bit more, and then I apply a bit more and it starts to build up and bulk up a bit. Also, by the way, I only had 30 minutes to do this makeup. I was waiting for a plumber to come, so I had to glam very quickly, and I actually was 10 minutes early. I'm using this grey eyeshadow today for my eyebrows, and this perfect KJH Spectrum brush. It is the most amazing liner brush I've ever used, and it's so nice on the eyebrows, especially if you are doing a skinny brow. It allows you to be so precise and controlled, so your brow doesn't end up going too thick, because God forbid, and it kind of just does the work itself for you. You'll notice that I'm mostly kind of stamping it on and then swiping it away, so I'm not doing too much of a one long motion. It's little tiny strokes. Now I wanted to refresh my skin because it had been quite a few hours since I put my skincare on, so I'm using Max Fix Plus, and you need to make sure that you cover your eyes so that your eyes don't go all over the place. Sorry that the camera keeps going like weird quality. I think this is the last time that it happens. Anyway, I'm using my NARS Light Reflecting Foundation in Oslo all over. I'm still really struggling with texture and pigmentation on my skin, so I'm covering that up. As I've mentioned before, I really love how much you can build this foundation up without it ever going cakey, and trust me, I build her all the way up. Kind of have a tendency to just add loads on at one go when you are breaking out, or at least I do anyway, but I would really advise that you make sure to kind of just add layer by layer by layer, so you can kind of track as you go along how much you're adding, so you don't add more than you need. I know that when you feel like your skin is not great, you look in the mirror and you're like, oh my god, you just want to slap on as much coverage as possible, as quickly as possible, but definitely work in layers and you will find that your foundation looks so much better. I also find it really nice when you kind of swap brushes halfway through to sort of blend a bit more, so you apply with one brush and then blend with another. There's just something about that combo. This was the blush that was also up for blush of the year for me, because I love it so much. Like, it's just such a nice shade and obviously a really nice texture, but it didn't make it because I did reach for the Milk One more. But I just love this blush so much. It's so cute, and this is a really nice kind of blue toned pink for me. I've been really enjoying putting the blush on the apples of my cheeks, not the high points of the cheeks, which I had been doing for a while for some weird reason, but I do love the apples of the cheeks. It's just very like girly or something. It's just really cute. Then I'm blending it out with a clean brush, and just to make it all a bit more seamless and smooth. Then of course we need to set everything in place. I'm using Huda Beauty Sugar Cookie. This time I'm using it with a brush, not a powder puff. I don't know why. I think all my powder puffs were in the wash, but sometimes I do like to go back to using a brush instead of a puff, because I do find that I might add a bit too much more than I need to with a powder puff, and a brush kind of doesn't really let me do that. In honor of it being 10 years since it was 2016, tonight I'm going to use a powder highlighter. This is just a warmer, more goldy kind of shimmer from that same Flower Nose palette, and I'm applying it with an eyeshadow brush, so it's really precise. And there's a bit more like glitter than shimmer in this, I would say, which I just thought was more appropriate for the occasion. A glittery highlight is just so cute, especially with this eye. My skin felt really dry for some reason. It's just so cold in London at the minute, so I just wanted to refresh it a wee bit with some Fix Plus, because I wasn't going out for ages. I've been using this eyebrow pencil as a lip liner for ages. Look how skinny it is, but eyebrow pencils tend to be in a cooler tone, which is what I like in a lip liner, so I thought I would give it a go for a lip liner, and I do really like it. It's obviously really hard to use because it's so skinny, so it definitely takes a while. It is designed for eyebrows, so I didn't expect it to be easy to use on the lips, but I just was dying to try the shade and I really love it. I don't think I'll reach for it much because of how long it took to do this lip, but because it's so small it made the being precise really easy, which I absolutely loved. But yeah, just not practical. I'm using this ISAMAYA lipstick. I used it for the first time like the day before, and I've had it for ages and I didn't realize that it was like a really nice cute pink. I don't know, I was using it like a decoration in my living room and I just decided to wear it, and it's such a nice pink. We want to add some cute touches since it's a special occasion. Kind of just do this all the time anyway. I'm adding some eyelash glue to the inner and outer corners of my eyes, and I'm using these gems that I actually got in a beauty store in Lithuania, and they had like loads of nail stuff, and these are nail gems and they're so nice. They're nicer than any gems I've ever seen. They're just like really clear and see-through as opposed to like silver or iridescent, which I still love, but this is a really nice change. Make sure to press them down so they stay. And that's the final glam of the year for me. This is one of the makeup looks that I kind of always go back to. It always makes me feel good. It's very cute. It's also generally quite simple. There's not many steps and you can kind of change the color depending on your preference, your mood, what you're wearing. So instead of doing a blue wash, you can do like a purple wash or a baby pink wash. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know what you want to see next.